Good morning to all and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Today's editorial is all about an issue related to Aam Aadmi Party. Based on that particular event or incident, editorial takes a particular stand and suggests what Aam Aadmi Party has to do and basically what is the profile of the party, how it came to prominence, and right now what is the public image. All these aspects have been touched. Let us start with the question: what is the enrichment from today's session? As usual, you improve your comprehension skill, your vocabulary, grammar consolidation, effective English, and mini mocks. I doubt today. Let us go to the question: what is this editorial about? Good morning. This editorial is about the recent controversy surrounding the Aam Aadmi Party and the arrest of Bibhav Kumar, a personal aide to Delhi CM, following allegations of assault made by AAP Rajya Sabha member Swati Maliwal. As I said, it is about a particular event or incident that happened or related to Aam Aadmi Party. What exactly happened? Aide means helper, not a personal helper, but one who deals with the official work at the personal level. And the aide of the Delhi CM, Kejriwal, attacked a lady who happens to be Rajya Sabha member and also Aam Aadmi Party member. It is all about that. Allegations, arrest, all these things. What is the tone of the editorial? The tone of the editorial is a critical and admonishing. We have got the word admonishing many a time. Immediately you have to recollect words like scold, a reprimand, a rebuke, chide, and admonish. They all mean the same. Let us go to editorial vocabulary. We have 10 plus words. And yes, Mahesh, scold, chide, reprimand, rebuke, admonish. All the words should be at your fingertips. First one, introspection, an important word. Introspect, verb. Introspection, noun. The examination of one's own thoughts, feelings, and sensations. Sometimes what happens, you're busy doing so many things. Sometimes you get free time. You sit alone. You ask yourself, you ask a few questions. Am I doing the right thing? Am I going in the right direction? When you ask these questions yourself, that is known as introspection. What is the example sentence? After a period of deep introspection, an important combination, she decided to change her career path. It happens sometimes someone takes up a job. After some time, the person may go in for introspection and decide this is not my cup of tea and may leave the job. Synonyms: self examination, self reflection, contemplation, an important word. Antonyms: extrospection and outward looking. But based on these two, you have to recollect two important words. One is ponder over. To some extent related, pensive mood. Not the same meaning though. Yes, contemplate, introspection, and ponder over, one level, one group. Pensive mood means imagine you wish your friend does not react, no response, and then you may say he is lost, casual English, lost in his thoughts. Better expression, he is in a pensive mood, means thinking of something deeply. Thinking of something deeply is one thing, but questioning ourselves is another thing. Both are entirely different. The second word, abrupt, goes with everyday English, goes with effective English. Abrupt means sudden, abrupt to stop. Sudden and unexpected, often in an unpleasant way. Often, not always, mind you. Imagine I say the bus stopped suddenly. Nothing negative over there. The bus stopped abruptly, but often negative connotation. Example, his abrupt departure surprised everyone. Always catch the combinations: abrupt appearance, abrupt departure, abrupt stop. Synonym: sudden, unexpected. This is a new word you have to remember: brusque. Looks like a French word. Antonyms: gradual, expected, smooth. Simple words. Pawn has two different meanings. I'm sure you all know pawn goes with chess. But here pawn means a person who is controlled by someone. Look at the meaning. A person or thing manipulated, controlled by others for their own advantage. I try to control a person for my advantage. He is my pawn. Example, he felt like a pawn in the company's larger strategy. We can also say company's management. He felt like a pawn in the company's management. Puppet, tool, instrument. You all know puppetry, once a popular art form used for education and entertainment. I don't think it still exists, perhaps one or two remote villages, but once it was quite popular. Puppetry, based on that puppetry, I would like to give an important idiomatic expression. Have you heard of this any time? Henpecked husband. Henpecked husband. Please respond. Henpecked husband means some husbands, they listen to the wife. No, okay. Some husbands, they always listen to the wives. Person, there's a husband. The wife says sit, he sits. The wife says stand, he stands. Not literally. Then we call that husband henpecked husband. He's in the hand. Like a puppet in the hands of his wife. Antonyms: master, independent, controller, one who controls. Wade goes with water bodies, controlled by wife. Exactly, Shaker. You're right. Exact wording. Busy life has heard. What is his wade? To walk through water or another substance that impedes movement. The moment you see the word impede, verb form, what is the noun form? Impediment. And what are the synonyms? Impediment, hindrance, hurdle, block, bottleneck. All these words you have to recollect. You find it difficult to walk in a water body, especially, or a body with full of mud. You find it difficult to walk. She waded through the shallow stream. What is the opposite of shallow? Very good, busy life. I appreciate that. Synonyms: deep waters, shallow waters. Paddle, slog, plow. Plow goes more with agriculture, cultivation. Paddle goes more with birds. And also, when you go to a popular hill station, there's a lake. There you take that boat, paddle boat. But there's one important word here, slog, that goes with you guys. Slog, have you heard of this any time? You have to use it. I don't know how many of you use. Vijay Lakshmi, very good. I will give that example as well. Wading into unfamiliar waters. Here, have you heard of the word slog? I said it goes with you guys. While preparing for competitive exams, you have to slog a lot. Means what? You have to work hard. Slog means work very hard. Any competitive exam, you got to slog. Not days, weeks, months, perhaps years too. As she said, this goes with other contexts. One of the contexts she has given unfamiliar waters. I usually give another context. Files. Imagine a lot of files. She is trying to wade through the files. Means what? Going through all the files. Antonyms: glide, skim. Skim is an important word. I don't know how many of you know this. When it comes to reading, we have two techniques. One is skimming, the other one scanning. Have you heard of these two reading techniques? Please respond. Skimming means to give a quick look to get an idea what it is about. First, you have to skim an article. You feel it is useful, then you scan. Scan means to read peripheral, good. Scanning, read in detail, analytical reading. Quick look, it is skimming. I appreciate your response. Wade to walk through water or another substance that impedes movement. She waded through the shallow stream and all these skimming. Based on that, I've given you have to know. And you should use both the techniques when you read a passage or editorial or article. Okay, good. IIT JAM aspirants. Precedence, you got to be a little careful. What is the reason? Precedent has a different connotation. Precedence has a different connotation. There is no precedent. Precedent means what? An incident that has already happened. Based on that, we take a decision. Based on the precedent, we take a decision. That connotation is different. Precedence means give importance to something or someone. Prioritize. Noun, the condition of being considered more important than someone or something else. Simple, giving priority to someone or something. Example, safety takes precedence over speed. In Bangalore, I remember seeing speed thrills but kills. Have you seen a caption like that? Speed thrills but kills. Speed always makes you extremely happy. You're on, it's like being in flying, but not at all advisable. Speed thrills but kills. What is important? Safety is important. Safety takes precedence over speed. Priority, primacy, superiority. Not exactly here. These two words not exact synonyms and antonyms. Subsequent, subordination. It is more related. Cloud9 exactly. Who is this? Vinuk Shreya. Good. Subordination in a way. Tug of war. It goes with everyday English. It has been used in today's editorial. That means it goes with effective English. Tug of war goes actually, it's a kind of sport. If you go to villages, traditional sport. In villages, two groups, they use a thick rope. One group holds the other end and the other group holds this side. They try to pull. Whichever group pulls the other group towards them, that group is the winner. Tug of war. Now it is not that popular, but if you go to a state like Kerala, it is still popular. And they have the teams, they have competitions, tug of war. In this context, what does it mean? A situation in which two parties are in a struggle for control or dominance. Two parties try to fight, fight, contest, compete, all these words. Very good, Shaker. Example, the budget negotiations became a political tug of war. Synonyms struggle, contest, conflict, agreement, cooperation, harmony. Now, all these words are very simple. Outrage, it goes with the word public outrage, part of speech noun. An extremely strong reaction of anger, shock, indignation. Indignation, an important word. Anger, usually outrage goes with anger. Indignation means what? You're angry because of the unfair treatment. Somewhere you feel you're not being treated in a proper manner, there's no fair treatment for you, then you feel indignated. That's an important word. The news of the scandal caused a public outrage. As I said, what is a typical combination over here? Public outrage. Fury, indignation, wrath. All these words are very important words. Furious means word form. Angry, fury, anger, and indignation, wrath, important words. Antonyms calm, approval, contentment, not exactly here. Contentment we have already got. It goes more with satisfied with one's position or situation. That has a different connotation we cannot consider here. Hypocritical, hypocrisy. Have you heard of this word? When you go to the public sector or private sector or any group for that matter, we always come across hypocrites, those with double standards. Double standards. behaving in a way that suggests one has higher standards or more noble beliefs than is the case. Some people talk about values, ethics, morals, they don't implement. Double sided, double standards. Navya, very good, a new student. Look at the example, you understand. It was hypocritical of him to criticize her for lying when he often does the same. Someone lies often, someone often lies, but the same person criticizes someone else. That is nothing but double standards or being hypocritical. Synonyms: insincere, deceitful, duplications. Deceit, in a way, it goes with cheating. Sincere, honest, genuine. Everywhere we come across hypocrites, we should be prepared. Decadence, an important word, part of speech noun, it has a negative connotation. Moral or cultural decline. Decline means what? Going down when it comes to quality, standards, number. They go down. We use the word declining standards, declining numbers. Moral or cultural decline as characterized by excessive indulgence in pleasure or luxury. Some people try to indulge themselves in luxury, pleasures, worldly pleasures. Then you can think of this word, but it results in decadence. Look at the example. The fall of the empire was attributed to its decadence, slowly going down, deteriorating. Decline, corruption, not exactly. We can use the word degeneration. Antonyms: morality, asceticism does not go with this context. Virtue. When you see the word virtue, you have to recollect that plus one more word, and we use the plural form. Whenever we talk about a person, slump has a different connotation. Slump goes with business. Sometimes what happens, a recession, no business, no sales, nothing. Then we say there is a slump in the market. That has a different connotation. Here we are talking about the moral or cultural decline. And whenever we talk about a person, we talk about his virtues and vices. Virtues and vices means what? Good qualities and bad qualities. Coming to the word pleasure, some people think life is actually full of problems, challenges, and how you face the challenges. But some people think life is only for pleasures. There are two important words I've given many a time. Do you guys know the word for a person who strongly believes life is only to enjoy, life is only for pleasures? That person is called hedonist. Also, Epicurean. Epicureanism was once a philosophy. Epicureanism, philosophy. Hedonist or Epicurean. They believe life is only to enjoy, only for worldly pleasures, sensual pleasures. Do remember those words, very important. Nepotism, an important word. Today's society faces this problem. Corruption, nepotism, all these vices of the society you come across in the society. The practice of favoring relatives or friends, especially by giving them jobs. Imagine there's a minister. He gives jobs to his relatives or friends. That is known as, then we say the minister has resorted to nepotism. The minister became unpopular because of nepotism. His promotion was widely seen as an act of nepotism. Favoritism, bias, not exactly. This is an important word, cronyism, you have to remember. Antonyms: impartiality, meritocracy, fairness. Insulation wire, that goes with electricity, but here insulate means to protect, to be in a shell, protected from outside influences or experiences. The company insulated itself from market fluctuations. Today, if you take the modern markets are quite dynamic. They are always in a flux. They change. If a company knows how to withstand, how to protect itself from the market influences, we use this particular term. Insulated itself from market fluctuations. Shielded, protected, isolated. We don't use the word isolated in this context. Exposed, vulnerable, exactly. Unprotected, a simple expression. Arbitrary, an important word. Part of speech adjective. Based on random choice or personal whim rather than any reason or system. We have got this word immediately. See, there are two types of learners: passive learners, active learners. Who are active learners? They listen very attentively. While listening, they try to add on information based on a particular word. They try to go in for value addition. The moment you see whims and fancies, you have to recollect. That means you are a smart learner. But passive learners, they just listen. They don't try to contribute, they don't try to think while listening. It is always important to be an active listener, active learner, rather than passive listener, passive learner. Based on that word whim, we have got many a time. You have to recollect whims and fancies. He always behaves, takes decisions based on his whims and fancies. Means what? Emotional, not subjective, not objective, not based on any reason. Based on random choice or personal whim rather than any reason or system. The decision to cut funding was completely arbitrary. Capricious, not exactly, I will tell the meaning later. A random, subjective. You can use these two words. Not objective. Objective means based on facts. Subjective, based on personal opinion or emotions. A rational, a reasoned, consistent. Not exactly these two. These are antonyms. You may ask, sir, what is the meaning of capricious? There is a saying in English. First, I will tell you the saying, then you understand the meaning. Nothing is more capricious than human mind in this world. I repeat, nothing is more capricious than human mind. What does it mean? Our thoughts, our ideas keep changing. Today something, tomorrow something else. They're never constant. Here it means not constant. Not constant, you have to recollect two words. One is, we say fickle minded. Have you heard of this fickle minded person? British English, we also use the same fickle minded. Americans don't use the expression fickle minded. Instead of, you have heard, very good. Today someone says bank exams, tomorrow SSC, day after tomorrow civils. Keeps changing. Then what do you call that person? A fickle minded person. British English, we also use the same expression. Americans don't use fickle minded. For that, they say he is a scatterbrain. Scatterbrain, fickle minded person, both one and the same. And nothing is more capricious than human mind. Always in a flux, keeps changing. And we don't have control, unfortunately, to a great extent. That's all about the editorial vocabulary. Let us go to. At the outset, this is all based on a particular woman, Rajya Sabha member who belongs to Aam Aadmi Party, being attacked by a person who belongs to the same party. Incidentally, happens to be the aide of the Delhi CM Kejriwal. And initially, they supported her. Later, they took a U-turn. They started blaming her. And based on that, the editor takes a particular stand and says, helter skelter, go in different directions. Yes. Editorial says, Aam Aadmi Party has come into prominence, became very popular, criticizing the decadence in political system in our country, lack of morals, lack of values. Today we all know, if you look at the MPs, MLAs, many of them have criminal background. It's an open secret. It came into power, prominence based on that. Unfortunately, whatever allegations it has put against opposition parties, today it is facing the same allegations like corruption, nepotism, and in a way autocratic behavior. All these things bouncing back to them, same all those things acted like in a way boomeranged. It is all about that. Let us see how it starts. Ordinary men. Aam Aadmi means ordinary person. Aam Aadmi Party, on the Aam Aadmi Party and the need for introspection. Whatever today I use one expression. Let me write here. Someone may be in the limelight, something may be in the limelight. What does it mean? He is in the limelight. It is in the limelight. It means that particular about that particular person, entire society is talking. The media is writing. The media is talking about that particular issue. Everyone is talking. Then we say the issue is in the limelight, or the person is in the limelight. Today, unfortunately, Aam Aadmi Party is in the limelight for wrong reasons. You should be in the limelight for good reasons. Unfortunately, it is in the limelight for wrong reasons. We all know, I have done a few editorials. The Delhi CM, Aam Aadmi Party head, being incarcerated or imprisoned on the allegations of corruption. Now a new incident. AAP needs to go by what it demands of other parties. If it does not do that, it is nothing but hypocrisy. Based on all these negative aspects that have been attributed to Aam Aadmi Party, it starts with need for introspection, one thing. Second thing, when the Aam Aadmi Party demands something from other parties, first it has to do that. It has to set a good example. Then it can demand from other parties the same thing. This is the main idea. AAP needs to go by what it demands of other parties. First, it has to implement the same things, then it can demand from other parties. Let us see what those demands are. The Delhi police have arrested a personal aide, means assistant, helper, official duties, not personal works. A personal aide of Delhi Chief Minister and National Convener Aam Aadmi Party, Arvind Kejriwal, following allegations of the aide assaulting a Rajya Sabha member of the AAP, Swati Maliwal. In a nutshell, it is about an AAP member, party member, aide of Delhi CM being arrested based on the allegations of attacking, assault means physically attacking, another member of the party who happens to be Rajya Sabha member, who happens to be a woman Rajya Sabha member. Accusations made by, this is an important expression. Do you know what it means? Usually, language learners know MISS, miss, MRS, misses. Someone not married, miss. Someone married, misses. What is this MS? It should be pronounced as mess, but preference should be given to this pronunciation. Mez. Have you heard of this any time? Or have you seen this any time? Mess or mez. Mez, better way of expressing that. It means it refers to a woman, irrespective of the marital status. Maybe married, maybe not married, it doesn't matter. Irrespective of the marital standards or background, they use that particular expression when they refer to a particular woman. Here, who is that? Maliwal, Swati Maliwal. Accusations made by Ms. Maliwal against the aide, Vaibhav or Bibhav Kumar, are of a serious nature. She threw allegations against Mr. Kumar, who happens to be aide of the Delhi CM Arvind Kejriwal. And these allegations, the editorial says, are of serious nature. What exactly happened? In a public statement, she has said that Mr. Kumar beat her brutally, and here important expression, she has said. Tell me, why is it important? The moment you see the word said, you have to think of direct speech and indirect speech. She has said, which tense is that? Present perfect tense. It's a statement. Said goes with statements. Then you have to recollect the rule. What is that rule? If the reporting verb is in present tense, present perfect, or future tense, the tenses don't change to a corresponding past tense. Based on that, she has said that Mr. Kumar beat her, not bet her. It should be in present. Beat her brutally and slapped and kicked her. This is of serious nature. Slapping a woman, that to a Rajya Sabha member, and kicking her, definitely not acceptable. That is the allegation. AAP leader Sanjay Singh had, in a public statement on May 14th, said, this is past perfect, first incident and present situation. What did he say? Sanjay Singh had in a public statement on May 14 said that the aide had misbehaved and acted indecently with Ms. Maliwal when she arrived at Mr. Kejriwal's official residence to meet him. This is about the incident. What exactly? This lady, Rajya Sabha member Maliwal, Swati Maliwal, went to meet the Delhi CM at his residence. That time, CM's aide slapped her, kicked her. That is one thing, her allegation. Besides that, Sanjay Singh says he misbehaved and acted indecently with her. All these are allegations. Kejriwal's official residence to meet him. Mr. Singh went on to add, Mr. Sanjay Singh added one more dimension. What is it? Mr. Singh went on to add that Mr. Kejriwal had taken note of the incident and that strict action would follow. Whatever happened, Mr. Singh says Kejriwal took note of that incident and assured strict action would be taken. Unfortunately, it did not happen. That's why this had to be written. But that was not how events unfolded. Events unfolded, an important expression. What exactly happened? She was attacked, and Mr. Kejriwal took notice of that, took note of that, and based on that, he said he would take strict action. And everyone expected the same thing to happen, but it did not happen. Based on that, but that was not how events unfolded. What exactly happened? The AAP did not act against Mr. Kumar, and Ms. Maliwal filed a police complaint leading to his arrest. Though he assured he would take action, strict action, nothing happened, no one touched Mr. Kumar. The AAP did not act against Mr. Kumar, and based on that, Ms. Maliwal filed a police complaint, and based on the complaint, obviously, leading to his arrest. He was arrested. In an abrupt change of tune, what does it mean? Sudden change of tune. Initially, Aam Aadmi Party supported the Rajya Sabha member Maliwal. Later, they started accusing her. They took a U-turn. In an abrupt change of tune, the AAP now accuses Ms. Maliwal, who has been an associate of Mr. Kejriwal for 2 decades, of being a pawn of the BJP party. Initially, they supported. Now, what do they say? The accusation against her, they are accusing her, saying that she has become a pawn in the hands of the BJP party. The BJP has waded into the troubled waters. Means what? The BJP has entered the troubled waters. Now it talks about, based on this event or incident, what is the stand taken by the BJP party? What is the stand taken by the Congress party? The BJP has waded into the troubled waters. That means it has trying to work on this incident, and the Congress has reminded Mr. Kejriwal that he had campaigned for laws that gave precedence to a woman's words in a case of assault. Reminded Mr. Kejriwal that he had campaigned for laws that gave precedence to a woman's words in a case of assault. Mr. Kejriwal in the past must have campaigned for laws related to, in a case of assault against a woman, the words of the woman should be given precedence. Gave precedence to a woman's words in a case of assault. A media trial or a political tug of war cannot determine the truth. Nobody knows what exactly happened. But today, whatever happens, a small thing, we come across media talks, tries to blow it out of proportion. And the editorial says we cannot decide based on the media talks or political tug of war. A media trial or a political tug of war cannot determine the truth. What is required to decide the truth, to find out the truth? A professional, unbiased investigation can. That is quite obvious. A professional and unbiased investigation can find out the truth. The position of the BJP, which is in power at the center and controls the Delhi police, should not be allowed to influence the investigation. We all know who is at the center and who controls Delhi police and controls the Delhi police should not be allowed. Is it active voice or passive voice? We should not allow something active voice. Something should not be allowed passive voice. Should not be allowed to influence the investigation. In fact, The BJP's outrage here is hypocritical. Based on the incident, BJP has expressed anger, became furious, but the editorial says BJP's outrage is hypocritical, means double standards. Why? The editorial has to justify. Considering its muted reaction, silent reaction to more serious allegations against Prajwal Revanna, a sitting MP of its ally, the Janata Dal Secular. I don't know how many of you know. Recently, a controversial issue in the state of Karnataka, a particular person, Revanna, again in the limelight for wrong reasons, very serious allegations. A lot of women got affected, and he happens to belong to a particular party that is ally of the BJP. When this thing came into limelight, Revanna, a sitting MP of its ally, the Janata Dal Secular, BJP did not respond. BJP remained silent. Mute means what? Silent. When it happened to here, it's only about one woman. But there, Karnataka case, a lot of women got badly affected. You all know about that. And that time the BJP did not say a single word. It remained calm and quiet or muted. This is nothing but, editorial says, hypocrisy. One woman, you are making a big hue and cry of that. Hue and cry means loud noise. But when it happened to a lot of women, you did not say anything. This is what the editorial says, not my opinion. Do remember. Mr. Kejriwal also must speak up on the issue. Mr. Kejriwal, because it belongs to his party member, two members of his party involved, and he has to say something openly, boldly, speak up, express your views clearly, boldly. Editorial says personal obligation imposed by the editorial. Mr. Kejriwal must speak up on the issue. He cannot remain silent. He has options. He can remain silent or he can accuse the BJP. And the editorial says both are not going to work out. Continuing silence or making rhetorical allegations against the BJP is not the answer. If Mr. Kejriwal remains silent, not the answer. If he attacks the BJP using rhetoric, not the answer. The AAP that rose to prominence as part of a response. Today we talk about Aam Aadmi Party. How did it come to power? How did it rise to prominence? It touched the bad aspects in the political system of our country, like corruption, nepotism, all these. Based on that, it came into prominence. Unfortunately, today it is being attacked based on the same things. To the decadence of politics in India is today facing the catalogue of charges it had stuck on all other parties. Whatever it accused, it said to other parties, same thing other parties are saying to Aam Aadmi Party. What are those things? From corruption and nepotism to authoritarianism and toxic masculinity. As I said, today AAP in the limelight for wrong reasons. What are the wrong reasons? One, corruption. Second, nepotism. Third, authoritarianism. No democratic decisions based on someone's whims and fancies. And the fourth one, the recent one, what is it? Masculinity, toxic masculinity. The word toxic goes with gases, fumes, toxic fumes. But here, harmful, dangerous masculinity. Hitting a woman, slapping a woman, definitely not acceptable. Despite being around for over a decade, it remains insulated from public scrutiny or internal accountability. Aam Aadmi Party has been in the public life for about a decade, 10 years, but it remains insulated from two things. What are the two things? One is the public scrutiny, the other internal accountability. It has no organizational structures of decision making and often takes recourse to arbitrary measures. Not democratic, in a way, authoritative, autocratic. Irrespective of the outcome of the Maliwal case and quite apart from the BJP's tendency to use enforcement agencies for political purposes, the Aam Aadmi Party needs to do some serious introspection. Whatever may happen to the case, irrespective of the case, I use this quite often. I tell students, irrespective of your background, you can master English language. You can get anything. Sky is the limit. Your background doesn't matter. Past doesn't matter. What matters, present and future. Irrespective of your background, you can master English or you can master anything. Here it says, irrespective of the outcome of the Maliwal case, and quite apart from the BJP's tendency to use enforcement agencies for political purposes, Aam Aadmi Party needs to do some serious introspection. The main idea is being reiterated. Let us go to the questions based on mini mocks, but today only questions based on comprehension skill. Try to get all the 5 correct. Read the first one. What was Bibhav Kumar accused of in the editorial? What was the accusation against Kumar, Mr. Kumar, aide of the Delhi CM? Corruption, assaulting Swati Maliwal, embezzlement. Immediately you have to recollect the word swindle. Also, idiom, feather one's own nest. Very important. Embezzle, swindle, feather one's own nest, all are important. Answer is B, obviously. Assault means a physically attack. Question number 2. How did AAP initially respond to the allegations against Mr. Kumar? What was the initial response of Aam Aadmi Party? Later it took a U-turn, changed the stand. Denied the allegations, acknowledged the misbehavior and promised strict action. Mr. Kejriwal took note of the incident and assured strict action would follow, but did not happen. Obviously, B is the answer. Question number 3. What did AAP later accuse Swati Maliwal of? U-turn. They started accusing Swati Maliwal instead of supporting her. Saying what? Corruption, being a pawn of the BJP, misusing party funds, fabricating evidence. Now they say she has become a pawn of BJP. She has become a puppet in the hands of the BJP. Here, fabricate has 2 meanings. When it comes to infrastructure, I need the partitions, then I can say fabrication work. But here it goes with stories. Fabricate a story means that create a story, tell a story. When someone says something you're not convinced, what do you say? Don't tell stories. For that, there's one important expression you have to know. Lame excuses. Have you heard of this? Someone tries to tell stories, then we say puppet in the hands of someone, being controlled by someone. I have already given the meaning. IIT JAM aspirants, puppet in the hands of someone. That means being controlled by someone for their advantage. Imagine someone controls a person to take advantage of a situation. That is known as, then we call he is the pawn of a particular person. Good morning, rather late. About to wind up the session. Anyhow, have you heard of this? Lame excuses. Imagine a student comes late. I ask him, how come you're late today? He says something, I'm not convinced. Then I say, don't give me lame excuses. Lame excuses means silly excuses, fabrication of stories, negative connotation. Let us go to the next one. What does the editorial suggest AAP needs to do in light of the incident? Based on this incident, what exactly Aam Aadmi Party should do? Main idea is being touched. Conduct a media trial, ignore the allegations, undertake serious introspection, and ensure accountability. Yes, serious introspection and also ensure accountability. The person who has been accused has to be punished. The last question for the day. What does the editorial highlight as a significant issue within the Aam Aadmi Party? Within the party, some problems are there. 4 points have been touched. See if you can find some of those. Lack of funding, irrelevant. Weak leadership, irrelevant. Absence of internal accountability and decision-making structures, clearly mentioned. Decisions are arbitrary. because of lack of structures, internal accountability and decision making structures. I said I would bring new set of questions, but lack of time I could not. Tomorrow I will not let you down. New exam topics, new questions will start tomorrow. Have a nice day. And after the session, we'll upload the PDF. Try to access, join the Telegram group, and try to work on important words. Always remember, before I wind up, I would like to say a few words. The Hindu Editorial Analysis session, it is not something I'm doing in isolation. It is a complementary activity that goes with your preparation, especially those who are preparing for bank exams, SSC, and civils. Because any competitive exam, especially these exams, you need a lot of vocabulary. Every day you get very important words, effective words. First benefit, part of your preparation. Don't look at it in isolation. Second, you improve your comprehension skill. Based on comprehension skill, if you take competitive exams, you have topics like passage, close test, parajumble, scrambled sentences, paragraph related. All these are very important. So try to integrate this with your preparation. That's what I would like to say. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.